What's going on, guys? Yes, I am wearing the same shirt that I was wearing in the last video. He doesn't shower. I'm gonna do a reaction video for the new Sopranos prequel or spinoff, The Many Saints of Newmark, and then we'll talk a little bit about my thoughts on the trailer after. And then I'm gonna do a little bit, I think, in this video of just my thoughts on The Sopranos overall. I had a video kind of idea that I wanted to do or just kind of talk about it a little bit, but I think it fits more. It would fit fine in this video because I'm not sure if I have enough like material to make a whole video about it, right? We'll see. And if you're watching this, then you're probably a Sopranos fan, so it kind of all bleeds together. Although the stuff I'm gonna say, it's probably an unpopular opinion about the show. I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how it goes. That's why I'm kind of scared to make it into its own video, I guess, because I don't know if I don't think that many people are gonna agree with it, but it is what it is. So anyway, we'll go ahead and play the trailer now.
When I was a kid, guys like me were brought up to follow codes.
Hey, circle. What'd you say? What?
I think that was the deli, right? The deli.
I wonder if I can talk to you alone for a moment, Mrs. Soprano.
Oh, babe, it's got Vera Farmiga in it.
IQ.
I'm pretty sure.
You can't prove it by me. He's got a D+ average. Well, he doesn't apply himself, but he is smart. The results tell us he's a leader.
Uncle Dick.
Growing up with the family takes a toll. You're my nephew. I want to do whatever I can to help you. My gift to you.
I want to go to college. I can't get caught with shit like this.
Look, you take this weekend, right? At the same time, you say to yourself, it's the last time I'm ever going to steal something. It's that simple.
Let me go talk to him.
He only listens to Dickie.
Oh yeah, and John Bernthal. I saw he's gonna make the movie, right? He has to.
Maybe some of the things you do aren't God's favorite.
You lead by example. We'll make the right decision. This kid's got what it takes.
As far as your nephew goes,
I'm liking this a lot more than I thought I would, actually.
I'm listening.
stay out of his life.
Fucking Ray Liotta? Is that Ray Liotta? I wish I knew who that was at the end there. Who Ray Liotta was talking to, stay out of his life, because I'm sure it's somebody in the show who ends up, not staying out of his life, and he's in it pretty often. That's the problem. I knew that was going to be a problem with this trailer, for me at least, is I need to look at the cast, and so I can recognize like people, the ones that I can recognize, from the original show, and pick out in the trailer. That'd make it even cooler, right? But just based off of what I saw, I like how it's, I don't know, it seems more like it's the rise of Tony Soprano, which I guess was kind of obvious, but I kind of thought it would more focus on like his dad and his mom and all that shit that we already kind of knew about, like their relationship, which I'm sure we'll see it in here, right? But it's more about, I guess, kind of even more so of the change of Tony, right? Like how he used to be even different. Like at the start of The Sopranos, he was one way, right? And then towards the end of the show, he kind of gets, I guess, worse and worse to a degree, right? And it shows, well, he used to even be, we're gonna see he's even better than that, because he's talking about how he's intelligent and all that in school. And so yeah, so something cool. I don't know, I'm kind of just taking it in. I was really impressed. I actually like it. I like that a lot, So yeah, it's David Chase, the same guy who did the whole Soprano show. And I think that's all that I've seen from him that I can think of. But yeah, so you know, should be pretty consistent with the Sopranos and everything. And but yeah, the cast was great. Vera Farmiga, John Bernthal, you know, I can pick those out. Fucking Ray Liotta, I saw, yeah, it was him at the end. And then yeah, the biggest thing. So the kid who plays Tony Soprano, you know, is James Gandolfini, the original actor. That's his son, right? So it can't be even more perfect than that, right? I'd be so nervous. That's like huge shoes to fill, right? I mean, you kind of already got the part because you got the looks, you know. Obviously, he looks just like him. I mean, it's his kid, right? But then, you know, your dad's passed away and everything, right? So you want to kind of pay him tribute with that alone, right? That he's passed away, and then you got his shoes to fill. You got to be as good of give a good as performance as James Gandolfini did, or at least try to, right? So yeah, it's got to be a lot of pressure on that kid. You know, I'm sure he's done a lot of classes and different things, but like I said, he's already got the advantage because he's already got the look and the body language and that, right? The expressions. So, but yeah, I could pick up on that just in that first little clip at the beginning of the trailer, wherever he's talking to the guy in the phone booth and he, you know, gets that anger coming out in his facial expressions, right? Because it's his kid, so that's awesome. But yeah, so I guess it comes down to, you know, with stuff like this, prequels and all that, is it necessary to me? Because, so you get, just an example, it's definitely obviously going to be a less popular show than The Sopranos, but something that just comes to mind is Supernatural, another show that I watch. They're doing a prequel, right? And it's just so pointless to me because we pretty much get either flashbacks or just different stories through dialogue and things like that through the course of the show Supernatural, to the point where it's like, yeah, I mean, the prequel is cool to have, right? But it's not necessary. And same with this, it's cool to have, but I guess it's not necessary because I'm sure a lot of the story that we're going to get in this, which I guess is a cool factor of it, right? That we're going to be able to pick out, like, you know, oh, hey, you know, we heard Tony talk about this, right? And now we actually get to see it, like how there was some story where he rose, I can't remember, and I just watched Sopranos like a few months ago, and I'm sure the majority of people have seen it even longer ago than a few months ago, right? Because it's an old show. It ended in like 2007, I think. But so you're actually going to get to, you know, see the stories that they talk about and tell, you know, because you get some flashbacks through the course of The Sopranos, but you don't get to see everything. So it'd probably be even more impressive, right, to watch this movie and then have just watched The Sopranos, right, and be able to piece it all together. But yeah, no, I'm pretty hyped for it, right? It's got a great cast. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an HBO exclusive movie, right? It's not going to be in theaters. I don't know. But yeah, so as excited as I am, like I said, it's going to be even cooler once I can put names and faces to some of the characters, you know. I know Polly, he's going to be in here, and I'm sure like Silva, a lot of them are going to be in there. I'm excited to see Polly's character and how the younger actor does for him, because Polly was one of my favorite characters in The Sopranos. Maybe we'll even get to see Christopher, right, as like a baby. I don't know, but I don't know who you'll see. Maybe you'll get to see, I don't know if you get to see how he meets his wife, Tony's wife. I can't think of her name now. But yeah, it's gonna be looks pretty good. I'm excited for it. So, and then anyway, I don't know if I should put my thoughts about The Sopranos in here. You know, this feels pretty good for this video, I think, because this is pretty positive, right? I don't want to be positive and get negative, and I guess I might as well just go say it. So, The Sopranos, to me, overall, was disappointing, right? Because it's a good show. It's a good show, but is it one of the best TV shows that people make it out to be? In my opinion, no, not for me. If it is for you, I can get why, right? But for me, it didn't carry, like, ongoing tension, you know, and not many HBO shows do, because they're slow burn for the most part, you know, good storytelling, good writing, good acting, that kind of thing. But you're not going to get like a constant, like, on the edge of your seat type of you know, thriller, right? Which can be done well and it can be done bad. So it's not something like Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's not. It's a contender for one of the best shows as well. It's not, for me personally, the best show on TV, but you know, that's something that Breaking Bad has, for example, that I think The Sopranos is lacking. Where people compare The Sopranos to Breaking Bad, I'm like, I don't get it. It's more, I've heard people describe it like as a character study, right? And I do like the characters, right? And I like the psychological stuff that you can really sit and break down and think about, like with Tony and his emotions. And it's interesting for him to be such a mob boss, manly man, but also he tries to understand his emotions and figure them out, or, you know, the best he can. He rarely ever succeeds. He doesn't succeed much, you know, but it's interesting to see that, you know, but it was more of a character study, a psychological show, a breakdown, you know. I compare it to Mad Men. After watching Mad Men, it's a lot like Mad Men. So, but I expected The Sopranos, or I kept waiting for it to get more like where the cops are closing in on Tony, or, you know, the war, like a war between New York and Jersey, like got even bigger and more drawn out and stuff, or exaggerated. I don't know, but it kept it real, right? It's solid storytelling, solid writing. You know, the dialogue and the performances, James Gandolfini, you know, Pauly, all of them. Christopher, I like Christopher's character, man. I don't imagine many people like Christopher's character, but man, whenever he'd pop off and get pissed off and just go off on people, like Adriana, you know, for example, it's really sad. I felt bad for her, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, you're kind of asking for this shit, right? I mean, she got like mental problems, but Christopher, man, he made me laugh a lot, just like Paula did whenever he loses temper, loses shit, bro. But so yeah, so I like a lot of the characters. You know, they got good presence, good acting, good charisma. They're all authentic, like, you know, Italian, I'm pretty sure, for the most part. So they a lot of them pretty much just get on there and they just be themselves. Like I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure the actor who plays Polly, like, he went to like prison, you know, and he was like a real thug, like a real, you know, gangster or whatever. And so yeah, so there's a lot that I enjoy about it. I definitely didn't not like it, you know, but is it one of the best TV shows of all time? And can I say that? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's even debatable for me if it's one of the best. No, not for me personally. I wonder if it has something to do with the time period that it came out. Like back then, there weren't a lot of shows like, you know, Breaking Bad, or I don't know. I can't even think of another one right now that the majority of people say is the best. But you know, back then maybe there weren't as much, so that one really shined. I don't know. But it's kind of like this with all HBO shows, though, as I've said before in this video, to me. Where they're just kind of a slow burn character thing, don't really excel, but they do what they do well. And the ending of Sopranos it's either good or terrible, right? And that's the thing that you really got to talk about, is the ending, because that's the taste that it can leave in your mouth. So the ending, I'm at the point where I would say it was good, right? It was good because well, it's okay. It's only good if you understand it. I'll say that. And I'll say the majority, I'm talking 90% probably, didn't understand it. I'm pretty sure. I've been on Reddit forums. You know, it's the first thing I did after it ended. I Googled, like, okay, what was that? I went back and I scrubbed through the video. I was like, did my phone die? Like, what happened, right? Because it cuts to black with the whole chilling part of, they have the line in there, you never see it coming, right? Or whenever you die, it's just, I can't quote it, right? I don't remember, but basically they're just saying whenever it's over for you, it's over. You're not going to know, right? For the most part, like, unless, you know, you get shot and you just bleeding out or something. But like if you got shot in the head, right, you're not going to know. It's just going to cut to black, right? And you see that from Tony's perspective, and that's why it just cuts to black. And the way the camera is set up, every time the door opens, you're actually seeing a POV from Tony's perspective sitting in that seat. And then also they have like the cat on the wall that they said was in the episode looking at Christopher. Maybe I should put this in a whole nother video, right? Breaking down the ending. But you can find videos on the ending of The Sopranos if you want to, breaking it down. I'm sure you have, if you've seen the show, right? Because majority of people are like, what? You know, you expect to see him get shot in the head, but you don't. It just cuts to black. You know, I like the song "Don't Stop Believing" that they put in there. It was good for that and everything, where it cut. And it does have a lot of tension, right? But it doesn't really build to anything, right? In my opinion. So, and especially back in the day, I think about whenever the show ended, you know, I don't remember how useful the internet was back then, to where, you know, if you saw this shit, you could just go online, like, what was that, you know, on The Sopranos, and find a bunch of information about it. You know, it might have just not been there. So I don't know. It's either really good and really clever. It's clever, right? But I guess David Chase was kind of like, you know, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and you either get it or you don't. But he didn't give a fuck, because right, it was his show, and he was confident in what he was doing. So that's all well and fine. But anyway, I think I've gone on about The Sopranos itself long enough. Maybe I'll put a timestamp in the comments about where my thoughts on The Sopranos goes, and then where my thoughts on this new trailer ends. But yeah, looks really good. Pretty excited for it, you know. I think that's pretty much all I got for this one. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.